What kind of terrible offense is severe enough that an entire society is completely erased from the map? We often picture Sodom and Gomorrah as dark, sinister wastelands, but thousands of years ago, historical accounts describe them as twin epicenters of trade and extreme luxury. Ancient texts describe the entire Jordan Plain as incredibly fertile. It was a well-watered landscape, allowing these cities to grow rich through farming and commerce. This immense wealth allowed for a lifestyle of ease. However, the narrative suggests that behind these prosperous walls, the social order was beginning to shift toward a darker indifference. The outcry against these cities eventually reached a breaking point. God revealed a plan to a nearby servant, Abraham. The cities were slated for destruction. For those living within the city, their wealth suggested security. But the account suggests that material abundance can obscure deep systemic failures until the moment they become impossible to ignore. This dense historical text contains the prophet Ezekiel's diagnosis of the cities. He cited a specific list of behaviors. They were arrogant, overfed, and refused to help the poor and needy. Knowing this judgment was coming, Abraham stepped in to negotiate. He asked if the righteous would be destroyed alongside the wicked, pleading for the cities to be spared for the sake of the few. He asked to spare the cities if 50 righteous people were found. God agreed. Abraham pushed further, 45, 40, 30, 20, finally 10. God promised to spare them for 10, but the population couldn't meet this lowest benchmark. The destruction was the end result of a calculated search for mercy. It arrived after the cities failed to produce a handful of individuals to justify their survival. God sent 2 angels to conduct a final audit of the city. Abraham's nephew, Lot, welcomed them in, but that night a violent crowd surrounded the house, demanding the visitors be handed over. This mob action provided the final evidence of a society that had become entirely hostile to outsiders and consumed by violence. The angels warned Lot to flee immediately and not look back. During the escape, his wife looked over her shoulder toward the city, and according to Genesis, she became a pillar of salt, a symbol of the danger of clinging to a collapsing past. As dawn broke, the cities were destroyed. The biblical account describes burning sulfur and fire raining down from the sky, erasing the settlements in moments. Today, archaeologists are searching for physical evidence of this event. At a site in modern-day Jordan called Tal el-Hammam, researchers have found a destruction layer they theorize was caused by a massive meteor airburst. The resulting devastation left the plain scorched and uninhabitable. The names of these cities became shorthand for ruin, appearing in historical and religious texts for the next 4,000 years. By the following morning, the once lush plain was gone. In its place, thick smoke rose from the valley floor like a furnace. While scholars continue to debate the exact coordinates of these cities, the physical location is less significant than the social pattern the story describes. The account suggests that a society's health isn't measured by its trade routes or harvest yields, but by how it treats the vulnerable and the stranger. When that internal foundation collapses, the external wealth cannot hold the weight. It is a reminder that before the judgment arrived, there was an active, deliberate search for just a few good people to justify saving the city. If a similar audit for righteousness were conducted in our own wealthy, modern cities today, what would the final verdict be?